Hey, what's up? This is Brian Pfeiffer, the owner of VegasVIPServices.com. And I'm standing here today, guys, in front of the Fontainebleau, okay? Just beyond these doors here, this is just one of the entrances to this massive place called the Fontainebleau here in Las Vegas. And inside there, quite a bit of a walk from here, but there is a place called LIV Beach, okay? This video is going to be all about the bottle service at LIV Beach. So if you're interested in coming to LIV Beach and you want to know about the table sections and getting into this place, this video is going to be for you, okay? So let's talk about LIV Beach for a little minute. And this is going to be year number 2. And they did a nice expansion on the place. They actually improved the place quite a bit, in my opinion. It's actually a real player now. I mean, it was a player last year, but it's definitely a player this year. They added some really good talent as well. They added David Guetta to the roster, and you know, obviously he's a big hitter. They took him away from another pool, Encore Beach Club, so they took away, you know, one of their talent to brought him over here. That's kind of huge. I guess David Guetta is going to be some kind of Fontainebleau resident for just Miami and Las Vegas properties. He's only going to play sets at the Fontainebleau properties, and you know, it is what it is. I think they're paying him a ridiculous amount, like $1 million a show or something, but they're probably not making money on those days, but you know, they do have the branding with David Guetta, and they're probably getting some high rollers in here and whatnot, making money that way with the, you know, hotel rooms and casinos, etc. But they also have some other big hitters here. You got your John Summit, okay? John Summit's obviously probably the biggest hitter right now, in my opinion, as far as crowd draw to the younger crowd. And then they got Dom Dollar, who's also, you know, kind of John Summit's buddy, and he draws a nice crowd too. Not quite as big as John Summit, but he definitely draws a nice crowd, younger crowd as well. And then you got the old school guy like Tiesto, okay? And he's here. They split him with the Tao group, so he's here half the time he's in Vegas, and the other half the time he's over at the Tao group. So they did kind of like a 3-year split, I believe, with him on a contract. So they got him, and then they have a couple other big hitters. The hip hop guy they got that is doing pretty good is Metro Boomin. On nights when he's here, it's pretty rocking. And then they got a couple other guys like James Kennedy, Chloe, this guy Dombrowski. These guys are all kind of like up and coming DJs, and they're pretty good. They actually draw pretty well. Tonight they got like a special event for the WrestleMania with like Machine Gun Kelly. So they do some cool events. They do some Latin events as well on like Sunday nights. Sometimes they'll have a Latin party. Not every Sunday night, but every once in a while they'll have a Latin party. You know, so it's good. You know, keep an eye on the calendar. You know, check the weekend you're coming on my link below. You'll see what's going on. They're always going to have somebody here. Okay, they're only doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but they are doing like a night swim on a couple of the nights. So they just had, I think, their first one this week here, actually this weekend. I think that was last night, and they got a Gronk Beach thing going on here on Sunday nights. That's Rob Gronkowski. That's his Gronk Beach party for the WrestleMania. That's going on Sunday night here, and I think they're going to be doing some Sunday night swims. And possibly some other nights where they'll have the pool and the nightclub open. Okay, so what they did to improve this place is pretty cool, actually. They knocked out one of the walls and they expanded the nightclub into the day club. So now they have an area where they can open up the upstairs and the garage doors sort of open up, and they have like a whole area where, you know, the outside now connects to the inside. And what's good about that on those big nights when John Summit's here, or big days when John Summit's here, either or David Guetta or Tiesto, and they got so much capacity, they were running out of capacity. Okay, so people come here and they couldn't get in. You know, you try to join a table, you couldn't get in. It was super annoying. But now they actually have the ability to open up those doors and add another like 1,000+ person capacity. So that's not an issue anymore. Okay, huge move. Okay, so it's a really good move for these guys, and this place is actually really solid. As far as LIV Beach goes, they added like a whole nother side. Okay, so they have like a whole nother like it's called the East Terrace. So it's like premium East Terrace, and then there's a second row terrace over there. I'll talk about the tables here in a second, but that area is like all brand new, a lot more seating, and it's very nice. The tables are big, roomy, and most of them have like a pretty good view of the DJ up there, and it's good. And then, you know, as far as the nightclub goes, when that opens up, they open that terrace area up, and then the upper club area where there's a bar up there, so you can come outside, have a drink where it's not so loud. And then, you know, like I said, last night they had the pool and the nightclub going at the same time, so pretty cool. All right, so let's talk about the bottle service sections. If you're coming out here to LIV Beach and what you might want to book, there's a lot of options. I'll start out with the best options in my opinion, and then work my way down to the lowest price options if that's all you can swing, but probably not what I would recommend. So the beach villas are going to be the top picks as far as those go. There's going to be 6 of those, and they have pools in them, and the beach villas are actually pretty solid. There's a couple if you're looking at the DJ on the left that are a little bit, the view's a little bit obstructed when you're in the beach villa, but when you're in the pool, you can see the DJ just fine, okay? So ideally, if you can get one of the, if you're looking at the DJ, the two on the right or the two in the center. The upper ones are a little bit better in my opinion because they have sun. The lower ones don't have any sun, okay? But they're all pretty good, okay? I've had all 6 of them at one point, and they're all fine. They have a nice big pool, and they're separated kind of from the other bungalows, which people like. They kind of have their own private pool. Now upstairs they do have a little bit of a way. The water kind of does a join, but there's like a little bit of a partition, so it's not really an issue. You kind of do still have your own pool, okay? So those are probably the best, villas. They're called the beach villas out here at LIV Beach. Those are my top pick for my top customers. They're awesome. I like them. The next stage cabanas are going to be like the next level up or down, I guess you will. There is a DJ booth cabana that's right behind the DJ that they do rent out sometimes. It's possible to get that. If you want that, let me know. I can probably get it for you. But you are just like right behind the DJ, so the view's not all that great. There's always tons of people there. So I'd rather have one of the stage cabanas on the right or the left of the DJ. Those are solid. They're pretty big. They're roomy, a lot of space in front of the cabana to hang out with your friends, and they're big inside. And you're obviously right there looking at the DJ. Everybody's looking at you. So those are really solid. Okay. Now there is a couple of beach cabanas that they did improve. They made them a lot bigger. And they're going to be on, if you're looking at the DJ, they're going to be on the right-hand side. And there's 2 of those, and they're huge. They're actually very nice, and those are solid. They just don't have their own pools. They were talking about putting pools in those and then in the stage cabanas, but they didn't get around to it. That might be up and coming in the next year or 2. We'll see. But still pretty good. They're solid. They're big and roomy, good view, and I like them. Okay. Now there's also a couple of dance floor tables, okay, that are right in front of the cabanas. Those are pretty good as well. If you like to be in the action, there's going to be a lot of action at those dance floor tables. Okay, they've got a great view, the DJ right there, and then you got the action of the crowd right in front of you. So those are pretty good too. All right. Now, so we talked about the cabanas, the beach villas, the dance floor tables. Then you have the beach couches. Those are the ones all around the pool, okay? And those are nice too. They're big, roomy, right along the pool. A lot of people like to have access to the pool, and those are the ones right next to the pool. So those are popular. Had one of those today with one of my guys from UK or Ireland, and the whole crew was loving it. So they had a great view of the DJ, and they are right next to the pool. Perfect. All right. And then there's also some day beds right in front of the beach villas, but they've actually kind of turned those into like beach couches. Okay, so they're called day beds, but they're the same damn thing as a beach couch. Okay, so those are just like 3 beach couches in front of the beach villas. They're called the day beds on the map. And then there's also the pool couches. Those are the ones in front of still on the pool deck, but like right in front of the upper club, or right in front of the club sections. Those are going to be the pool couches, and there's a couple pool couches in front of the regular beach cabanas as well. Okay, those are pretty cool. Right on the pool deck, you're just not right next to the pool. All right, and now you have your club sections. Okay, the way they got this map kind of laid out, they have a bar in the back. If you're the furthest back, it's called the club bar. Okay, and then there's on the right and the left, there's lower club, middle club, center club they call it, and then there's upper club. So there's 3 levels there. Okay, so the pool couch is on the main floor, and then there's the lower club, center club, and upper club. Okay, and then right in front of the bar upstairs by the club section, that's going to be what's called your premium club terrace. Okay, and then there's a second row premium club terrace tables there as well. That whole area is actually really nice. You're right by the bar, got a great view of the DJ from the back of the venue, and those are pretty solid. Okay, I like those. I actually had one of those today, but he upgraded to a center club, no charge. It was just Easter Sunday or Easter Saturday here, not quite as busy as a normal Saturday, so it is what it is. Now, if you are going to let's say we're looking at the DJ to the right, those are going to be that's your new section that they just built this year. That's going to be your terrace section. I think that's the East Terrace, I believe, over there. And the ones that are along the glass, those are called your premium terrace tables. Those are really good. They're large, and you got a great view of the DJ. Nobody in front of you, which is nice. And then you got your second row premium terrace tables behind those, and those are really good too. Nice big area there, and you can still see the DJ from there. And there's plenty of room up there. That new section is very nice. Okay. Now on the other side, you have an area that they used to call the Terrace Cabanas. They're actually just called terrace tables now because that's what they really are. They're just tables on the terrace, but there's no view from up there. Okay, you can't see the DJ. You really can't see anything, but they're big, roomy tables, and there's a nice area, and they're not that expensive. In front of those terrace tables, then you have the terrace day beds. Same thing, kind of a nice big day bed, but they're not really, you can't really see anything up there. Unfortunately, they don't have a view of the DJ. Okay, and then there's the West Premium Terrace tables. Those are going to be the ones that are along the glass, and those are pretty good as well. Those were there last year. Those are good tables. Okay, I do recommend those. Now, right behind basically behind the DJ booth on the upper level, those are called the Terrace Reserve tables, and basically you're looking at a wall, like it's like a green fake, grass, or whatever you want to call it, a bush's wall. And that's what you're looking at, okay? There's no view of those. Those are the cheapest tables in the club. I definitely don't recommend those. Most people get them, they think they're getting a deal, and then they get up there and they're terrible, and then they end up buying more bottles because they're drinking all day, and they could have just got a better table if they would have just spent the money from the get-go. So just keep that in mind, okay? So don't get the Terrace Reserve tables if you can't. If it's the only thing you can afford and you want a place to throw your stuff, they're good for that. Other than that, there's no view. You typically end up spending more money anyway. You might as well just get upgraded to like a premium terrace, or even a terrace table or a terrace daybed is better than those Terrace Reserve tables, okay? So that's it. That's all the tables at LIV Beach, and it's a good pool. I get a lot of bookings here. I think I had 3 tables here today. Pretty much every weekend I'm here, I have several tables. They got a great talent lineup, obviously, this year with Tiesto, John Summit, Dom Dalla, David Guetta. Those are going to be your big hitters on typically like Saturday, and pretty much every Saturday is going to be rocking, okay? Count on that. If you want to get on the guest list or get tickets, you can click on my link below for that. We can get you in that way. Definitely hit me up. For tables, though, I'll send you a link, customized link. A lot of times, what you see online is not the best price, so there's a little wiggle room in there. I can help you out, and sometimes we give you a little better deal. Okay, we do book this place a lot with limos and like brunch, etc. We build these packages. A lot of ladies are like the bachelorettes, and even guys like the limo service, etc. To all this. So make sure you hit me up if you have any questions. 773-459-8133. That's my cell. I'm Brian Pfeiffer, and I'm looking forward to helping you plan your Las Vegas trip and helping you book your table at LIV Beach in Las Vegas. Let's talk soon. Signing out from the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas. Goodbye.